What's the worst excuse for cheating? I just have a flirty personality. That one really hits home. I was looking for an excuse to break up. If you want to break up, why don't you just break up? Seriously, why add more drama into the mix? My guess is that instead of doing the hard thing of just being an adult and breaking up, they use cheating as a catalyst to break up without having to go through the tough motions of breaking up. Certainly not condoning it, but that's my best guess. I thought y'all were friends. An actual quote from an ex. My immediate response: how the duck does that make it any better? She had absolutely no reply, just sat there with her jaw dropped like she was waiting for another cock to come flying in the room. One that I heard from a former marriage counselor was a woman who claimed her husband was so affectionate, hardworking, and considerate, she developed an inferiority complex and dealt with it by cheating. Holy shit, the audacity. I thought about you the whole time. Never understood that one. It makes it worse, surely. I think it makes it worse regardless of what your name is, and don't call me Shirley. I thought it was funny you didn't know. Yup, that actually happened to me. Kind of a similar vein, my ex looked me square in the eyes and said, I knew it would hurt you, but I didn't think it would hurt you this much. Lol, this is what my ex told me after she slept with my best friend. I moved out of the house the day that I found out, and she was all confused and surprised I'd react that strongly. Filed for divorce a few days later. I'll never understand how a best friend can choose to become the worst kind of friend, like seriously pick literally anyone else. In college, my friend was dating a girl. She was very free-spirited and fun. I had a project I was working on and part of it needed to be painted nicely, and she was a great artist and offered to do it for free. The part was at my parents' house about 2 hours away, so she suggests a road trip to go get it. Sure, fun. The whole time she came on to me, flirted with me, touched me, the whole deal. I finally asked her what the duck was up with her. She point blank told me she wanted to cheat on her boyfriend with me. I asked why, and she told me that she liked to cheat in relationships because it gave her leverage if her partner cheats on her or hurts her. Fucking weirdo. Leverage? WTF does that even mean? Good on you for saying no, though edit for all the well actually he didn't say, he said no comments. A, it was very heavily implied, and 2, read the other comments before you comment, and upvote accordingly so that you don't say the exact same thing to the letter as a dozen other commenters. It's just lazy. It's a defense mechanism, likely a result from being cheated on. Usually one of two things happen when something terrible occurs. You either melt and slowly recover, or you stiffen up and do the same thing to others so you won't feel bad again if it happens to you. The latter is a lie people tell themselves. They'll feel bad either way. I found out later from someone who had grown up with her that apparently, her mom had killed herself when she was home alone with her back when she was like 6. So we kind of assumed that was the cause of all her very self-destructive habits. Jesus. Yeah, that'll definitely do some real traumatic damage to a person. Damn. The lights were off, I couldn't see. It was doggy style. I thought he was you. I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship, Ned Fulmer. When I lose focus at work, I stare out the window in a daze for 20 minutes. I don't duck my coworker. Damn, you're lucky. I worked at a warehouse at one point and a married guy was slacking a bit, not really paying attention. Next thing he knew, he slipped and fell into an engagement with one of the cleaners and plowing her in the bathrooms. Could happen to anyone, really. It was my birthday and I really wanted to. Precious. It's my birthday and I wants it. It was an accident. Like, what do you mean an accident? Look man, sometimes kids drop their ice cream cones, and sometimes the council is slow to clean up those ice cream cones, and some days I'm a little off balance, and some girls like to not wear panties, and sometimes I forget my pants, and sometimes all these factors come together to cause me to slip on an ice cream cone and slide my uncovered cock into her awaiting vagina repeatedly, and sometimes that same series of unfortunate events occurs several times over the course of a few months. She was walking past the house when she suddenly slipped and fell in a mud puddle, completely socking her. Being a gentleman, I invited her in and let her use our washing machine, lending her a bathrobe. Sadly, I tore my pants doing that, and she said that as I was doing so much to help her, she would sew it back up for me, so I took them off. But then shock horror, the dog ran and stole her bathrobe, and so we both ran after the rascal, only she slipped and I ran into her. And that's when you walked in. So you see, it was a total accident. And sometimes when they use the washing machine, they'll get stuck while completely disrobed. The only way to free her from the machine is to also remove all my clothing to get proper grip. It just happened. The storm was so strong it shredded our clothes off and we had to hold on tight to not fly off. I guess a gust of wind pushed my dick into her. Global warming is so scary. So in reality, it's big corporations' fault and not mine, so technically I didn't cheat. Sorry we started the threesome without you. But your friend filled in for you. I performed a soul retrieval on him, and discovered that he was my soulmate, for thousands of past lives and thousands of lives into the future. I was told this out of the blue, after a 21-year relationship, 18 years of marriage with 2 small children. Edit, thanks everyone for the support and the laughs. I really appreciate it. I'm with another woman now and very happy. I definitely learned about my needs and values through this process, and found someone who fits me quite well. Edit 2, wow. My first award. Thank you, kind stranger. I can't help but feel there were 21 years of absolute batshit crazy red flags when someone says some shit like that. These spiritual practices were going on for a long time, no doubt. I became an atheist in that time, but it all seemed like fun and games to me, even though there were strange things she was reporting and taking very seriously. Everything else in the marriage was going okay, so I shrugged it off. Ultimately, I can't tell her no, you can't be a witch. I mean, you can. It's just not going to go well. It's true. You could be turned into a newt. He would have gotten better. He caught me cheating, serves him right for spying on me. Random girl I overheard talking on her phone. I got called pussy for not cheating on you in a dream. This has to be one of the worst ones. You're too nice. I'm doing you a favor. Fuck this person. Damn. What a cold-hearted thing to say. I heard the entire, you. In your reply. There is a special place in hell for people that blame others for their own duckery behavior. I deserve to have sex with a hot guy. Oof, that's rough. It was taught to hear. I didn't think I looked that bad. But it messed with my self-image pretty badly. That's ducked up father doing better now? Somewhat. I had problems with body dysmorphia before I even met her. But between that and a few other comments she made, it came back pretty hard. Most days I do pretty well now though. Thanks for asking though. Just an FYI, somebody that has this level of cognitive dissonance is an absolute shell of a human being. I wouldn't worry about this gremlin lol. Came home early from work to my last ex in bed with another guy. I wasn't trying to hurt you, I didn't think you would find out. I came home early because I spilled a fryer on my leg and she ignored my call for a ride because she was busy being ducked. I'm still mad when I think about it. Man, I am sorry to hear about that. She's ducking terrible, man. It had nothing but bad experiences, and had so many good ones with you, that I needed to know if I was fixed. I'll ask you what I immediately thought of if I was in your shoes. What? I've read it a few times and still can't wrap my head around it lol.